All right, guys. All right. Today we're gonna review Dolce and Gabbana Velvet Exotic Leather. So a lot of hype about this cologne. A lot of people, I think, Max Sense or the popular reviewers reviewed this and they said this. And Joy Amin, who's like a very he's inspiration to me. He's from Bangladesh too. So he said this is close to La Nuit, and this is a mix between La Nuit and the one by Dolce and Gabbana. I personally do not think this is a clone of any of those. The similarities I get the most with this cologne is Tuscan Leather and Ombre Leather by Tom Ford. So basically a leather fragrance with a little bit of incense and rum. Which so the similarities I get is only in the opening, and which I'll get to next. But before that, let me show you the presentation and everything. Comes with like a really nice box and um so it comes with this box, and it says velvet exotic leather. It has like some information down there. It doesn't say the batch code. And you take that off, this thing comes off, and you can slide this. And then the box itself is kind of hard to open, and the bottle like sits like that. It's like kind of slanted over here, but it's gonna fall if you hold it. Another thing I want to say about the box is don't be fooled by the presentation and everything, because to be honest, you can't really do much with the box after you buy it. It's just there for the show, and the quality isn't the greatest. You can see like this thing is only held by this little material, and there's actually like no metal hinges or anything, which I thought would be there. And for $230, I feel like Dolce and Gabbana can do a little bit more than this, but that's just me. Now getting back to the cologne, we can see that the top notes for this on Fragrantica are, I had it like somewhere right here, I swear. Incense, rum, and juniper berries, and a lot of other weird stuff, including citrax or olibanum, which I have no clue what those are. See, the opening is the only place where it smells good. That's the problem for me, because the longevity is like mad lousy on this. Any of the other ones, Desert Oud, Velvet Incenso, they're all crazy. But this is just not cutting it for me. And you can see the clary sage and labdanum as like the last notes here. I'm not sure if those are the base notes, which I don't think so. I would say this cologne is very linear. Right after you spray it, you get hit with the rum, incense, and leather. That's what I personally feel. And a little bit of like a lavender, juniper berry, and leather combo in the mid. Like not really, it doesn't really change. As I said, it's pretty linear. But once you get to like around 15 minutes on my skin or even on my clothes, I can't really smell this cologne like at all. And for $230, you kind of expect something more. And this is only 50 ml, by the way, for $230. So you can do the math if it's like worth your money. But personally, I don't think this is worth it, considering the milliliter to price ratio. What I do want to say is the main accords that they show on Fragrantica, as you can see, is amber, aromatic, woody, and fresh spicy, with a really big emphasis on being amber and aromatic. So when you're talking about amber, I guess it's kind of amber. When you look at this, you expect it to be amber-esque, but it's, you gotta remember, it's Dolce and Gabbana, an Italian house, so their leather is gonna be designer soft leather, so that almost comes off as ambery. Please do not mistake this cologne as an ambery cologne, because it's not. As the notes tell you, it's pretty leather and incense heavy, but if you want the amber, this is not your cologne. Now looking back at aromatic, which I personally do not think this is an aromatic cologne at all, because as I said, it opens with leather and incense and the other note, the rum, and that does not sound very aromatic to me. And as I said, the projection is pretty lousy, and the longevity the longevity is pretty lousy. So I don't know, to be honest, if you're from Bangladesh and you know about scented tissue papers by Faye or Boshundara, that's what the dry down smells like to me. Like scented tissue papers by Dolce and Gabbana. That's what this should have been called since the dry down smells like that. I mean, to be honest, for $230, you do not want to be smelling like scented tissue papers for Dolce and Gabbana. So it's just, it says it's fresh, spicy, smoky, and balsamic, which I do not think it's balsamic at all. Velvet Incenso, though, on the other hand, was sort of balsamic, but this, not at all. And you can see the rum, lavender, leather, and warm spicy are very down the list. So it's not really like one of the main things of the cologne. It's not as a strong cologne, to be honest. And it's pretty evident. You can like even on Fragrantica it says the ciliage and the longevity is pretty weak. Like most suggest it's moderate, and when Fragrantica say moderate, they think La Home by YSL is considered moderate, and I consider that cologne to be non-existent because it doesn't last for more than 2 hours. It's a waste of your money. Do not buy it. So I this is a little better than that, obviously, but in my opinion, this is a no buy for me. Dolce and Gabbana Velvet Exotic Leather. Don't be fooled by the presentation, guys. It's just a plastic box. Do not fall for the nice bottles. Do not fall for the fancy Tom Ford-esque packaging. Do not get this fragrance because, oh, my bad. You will be upset. Thank you for coming.